This conference will now be recorded.
I hope everyone able to see my screen, right?
Yes, can.
Okay, guys, I think a few of the members is missed that demo. Just I will not take much time to spend on the demo, but just I recollect it. What is the Dynamics 365 and why it is required? Those things. Then we'll jump into that our first class Dynamics 365 architecture. Okay, as I said, it's a Dynamics 365 is a ERP. What is the ERP? And what is the difference between the other softwares and ERP? Why we can't call this as a software? Okay, ERP is a one product. Okay, enterprise resource planning. Okay, compared to other softwares, we can go with that from scratch onwards. Scratch in the sense from first phase. Okay, from scratch we can develop the any software, like if it is a any banking related application, e-commerce application, from scratch we can develop it. But what is the behind is happening after developing that any website? Then we can go to the market and sell our product. That is the main agenda, right? After your product is ready. So the same thing is in the ERP also. The available modules and available predefined code and predefined modules which were delivered by Microsoft is already available. Okay, and what are the things if you just start that business? The what are the prerequisites is required? We need that manpower and payroll and HR and vendors, customers, inventory. All those things is required. To maintain all those things, we need a one platform. Okay, that platform here we are choosing that ERP. So first day onwards, after client purchases this product, the first day onwards we are going to be using to the market. Okay, but what is the necessary? Came to the picture of the technical consultant. The technical consultant will fulfill that client gaps, because why? What is the gaps in the sense? What is the missing point client business and Dynamics 365 ERP having? So some features we can use it, some features we can't use it, some features is not there, then we can go with that development. So that development you can go with that our coding called H++ coding. Okay, H++ is derived from the C++ and C Sharp. It look like a C Sharp.NET. Okay, the same we are using this code, and our environment is the Visual Studio. Suppose if you got that, so are you still are you working in real time? Then you can Visual Studio 2019 we are using. Okay, but in our environment, in my on-premises environment, I am using the 2017 because I am using that some lower version. But there is no difference in the higher and this thing. Okay. Yeah, this is about the ERP. No need to go for that from scratch onwards. Already few modules is predefined modules is there. We can go with here customization. All thing about the customizations we are doing. But you can ask me, or else you have prior knowledge about the ERP. There is no implementation ERP. Suppose if you are attending the interviews, they can ask about that which project you worked. You worked customization or implementation or as data migration project. They can ask these many questions related to project. What is the customization? What is implementation? What is the difference? There's nothing but the customization means existing one. Implementation is that what is that feature is not available our ERP, that feature we are going to be implement it. Okay, but is a implementation project also few of the customizations is there, because already some predefined modules is there, those modules we can customize it, and few of the related modules or else the forms related some functionality is not available, then we can go with that customization. Okay, that is the difference of implementation. Because the people, when I was in interview panel, they asking what is the implementation project, they are saying about that from scratch onwards we are but from scratch we can do that one, but while doing that project from scratch we can use that resources is available in the Dynamics 365 existing resources. Without using that one we can't go forward. Okay, the customization implementation both are in the same project only. Okay, if anyone asks what is the customization implementation related to ERP, you can deliver this answer. And few of the projects is the data migration and integration projects also is the, that is the other part. Okay, let's come to that today's first session, Dynamics 365 architecture. Guys, do you know what is the architecture of the Dynamics 365? Anyone have any idea? It's 2012, earlier this one, that architecture. Okay, fine. Yeah, our Dynamics 365 architecture is the entire architecture. What is the meaning, first of all, why this architecture is required and what is the importance of this one? See guys, suppose if you are building any house or anything, suppose if you are going to that any mall, there we can see that a blueprint of that mall. This place is having the kids related one, and this place having that gents related one. These things is there, so that based on that we can directly go to that place and whatever we want we can choose by it. The same thing, the each product also architecture is a very important, because while working the some problems will come directly, we can go and check that place, that service is running or not. If not running, then we can start the service. Suppose if it is not starting, then we can check the logs, so that based on that we can take the necessary action. Okay, our Dynamics 365 first architecture in the entire, the first tier is that user interface. This user interface you can see in that any web browser, probably Google Chrome. Okay, user interface. The first part, the user is interacting from that user interface. Suppose if you want to insert any customer, or you want to do any transaction related to journals or anything, the first user interface is required. Okay, let's say in the other general example, suppose if you want to open suppose if you want to chat your friend through WhatsApp, first what is required? WhatsApp needs to be installed, and you need to open that app user interface. Then you can check, you can search your friend name and plus you can send a message. The same way the user interface is required. Let's our user interface. This is the one. It's a Google Chrome. Okay, it's available. This is the our user interface. This is the URL, and where we can find this URL, we can see where it is defined. First of all, suppose if you want to open any customers, okay, can go with that. See here, all customers is there. When I click on this one, all customers say, see, one message is coming. Please wait, we are processing your request. So it is contacting to that second tier. What is the second tier? That is, any idea, guys? AOS.
AOS
Yeah, AOS. What is this one? Full form?
server.
Application Object Server. Okay, it is contacting the AOS. What did happen here? We can get that please wait, we're processing, and it's open. But what it is happening backend? So once the request is coming from user interface to AOS, in meantime, what it is happening first, it will identify that which menu item, actually these customers, and we can call it as a menu item, which menu item is triggered the user, and what is the behind the form, which form is available, and this form is developed, what is the H++ coding is available, it will execute it, and the same query, it will fetch the data from the your SQL DB. So our thought here is that what is our thought here? Database. Okay, here we are using the SQL server. Then once that your data is coming, immediately send back to the AOS, and what is the form, and it will fill the data. The form having the grid, see this is a grid, is a this grid, we can fill the data, we can see it, and again it throwbacks the user interface, and finally we can able to see all the customers is available here. So this is the simple three-tier architecture, but why I called it a entire? So it's a actually three-tier is a H2012 from D365 onwards. Entire architecture is the same URL. I can able to call from that OData also. Okay, some third-party integrations is there. Let's say example, suppose if you are integrating your Dynamics 360 with the SAP or Salesforce. Okay, you are getting the data from the SAP, but how the one customer is created in the SAP, the same data we are going to be inserting into that our Dynamics 365. Is SAP guys having this environment? No, just they have the only email ID, they authorized it, but they don't have the access of this one. So we can generate a one service through using the data entity. Then data with generator, we can give that service to that guys, SAP guys or Salesforce or service now, any persons we can give to that one. They can easily call the service, invoke the service to their product, then they can call it as. So like this, we can we can insert the data, or as power app or logic app also we can insert the data like this. Okay, this is the simple architecture. User interface, AOS, application object server, and database is a SQL server, but where it is located, guys, am I clear up to here?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, let's say example. Yeah, let's say example, suppose you got you installed fresh this product into your mission. You need to open this front end, but in my case I already pinned this one. See, I have a I have placed it into my bookmarks bar. When I click on this one, my URL is open, but in your mission today you are installed, but where you need to find this URL, where you need to find this URL, any idea, guys? Okay, from D365 onwards, your user interface, okay, is available into that URL, IaaS, Internet Information Services. Okay, it is hosted into that IaaS. How we can open this IaaS? We need to press a one command, inet mgr, in the run command. What is the full form of the inet mgr? Internet Manager. Okay, press the Windows R, then it is showing this pop-up, this small command form, and here you can type inet mgr, Internet Manager, and press enter. Okay, then this is our server. Expand this one, sites. See, your AOS service is there. Here you can find this URL. So you click this URL, automatically it will open. Then you can paste this URL into that your bookmarks bar. Now you understand where it is located, this URL. Suppose this URL, we can stop it. How we can stop and stop? See, here it is, the URL is running. Now I am clicking stop button, then refresh this one. Now I am getting the 503 error. The 503 error is nothing but your AOS service is not running. But what is the difference of the H2012 and D365? In H2012, the service is available into that services.msc. Here it is available, but D365 and what's it is a cloud-based platform, right? That is the reason it is installed into that IS. It is hosted into that your IS, and we can start this one. After start and stop, it will take 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, it will take time because all the services needs to be open. Then it will take time. Yeah. Okay, you know, right? Suppose if you are working with the real time, suppose you are trying to opening any form, you can get that your web page is not opening. That time, first of all, you can check your AOS service is up or not. Sometimes what happen, so permissions restriction IIS is not given to that your management. Okay, your management not given that opening the IIS. But how you can start this service? Okay, then we need to open the command prompt. Okay, command prompt as a run as administrator. Right click and run as administrator. Here you need to press that command IIS reset and press enter. See, attempting to stop. Guys, these are all are that basic level interview questions. In the first level, if you keep it as a 3 years or 2 to 3 years of experience, these are the basic first level they can ask the interview. Okay, IIS reset means Internet Information Services reset. See, Internet services successfully stopped. Again, it is starting. When we can go with this option, if we don't have that IIS permission, then we can start and stop using the command prompt. This is the second way we can start that your AOS service. And third way also is there. And how we can start in third way? You can go to the Visual Studio. There is a tab called Dynamics 365 tab is there. There you can reset IIS. One option is there, but you can't see this option into your demo missions. You can see this option into that Microsoft provided VMs. That means your real time only you can find this option. Okay, this is the three ways we can able to see. Still, it is taking time because parallelly we did the both options, right? That's why it is okay. Actually, it will not take this much time. It will take hardly half minute only. No worries. Yeah, we'll jump in. Meanwhile, it is going to start. Yeah, this is the way we can start and stop the your AOS. Now you got that where the user interface, that URL, and how to stop and database server where it is located. This database server. See, when you open automatically, all customers is going to be open. Okay, but what is the link? SQL Server and this AOS, this URL. These two links we can see, user interface and application server we can see. But what is the link? Where it is link database? Okay, first of all, I can open that our SQL Server. Right click, run as administrator. This is Microsoft SQL Server. customers forms open. Then first we can go with that where the link is there. You can navigate to that system administration module, and here database, yeah, database is there. First of all, if you collapse, means it look like this, you can expand, or else if you know directly which tab, then you can directly go to this one. Okay, or else expand, and it is available into that inquiries, database, and database information. Click on this database information. Here you can see that the link between your front end and SQL server. See, this is your SQL server logon database. This is the logon server. My SQL server is opening. Once if it is open, we can compare this logon server and the SQL server logon server is same or not. Okay. And one more thing here, we can't change to that other server to here. Like in H2012, suppose if in the dev mission, we can give to that configuration the production server. But this thing is not possible in Dynamics 365. Yeah, SQL server is given pop-up. You can check server name. See, MININT-FN7JP81. See, the same server is there. And logon database HDB. Click connect. Database is there. See, this is the HDB. HDB, our H database. In H 2012, model and model store also is there, but here those database is not there. See here HDB, HDW, data warehouse, Azure storage emulator, Dynamics H report server tempdb, reference database, okay, management report server. This database by default is available. Okay, suppose if you are working with the trace parser, then we can create the trace parser. That is a different. Then these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 databases is there. Okay, this is also one of the interview question. They can ask how many default databases after installation, after we got the VM from the Microsoft, and what is the purpose of this one. HDB, HDW is there, and what is the purpose of the each database. HDB is your main database. How we are going to transactions and everything is stored into that your HDB. And HDW is a data warehouse. What is the data warehouse? See, from D365 onwards, we can create a aggregate data entities. Okay, we have a concept called aggregate data entities is there. Once you have created this aggregated data entity, that aggregate data entity is created into that your HDW. And please remember, this is a read-only database only. HDW is a read-only database. Why it is read-only? Based upon that your HDB tables data, and it is creating that one package, SSMS package or SSIS package, and creating to that your aggregated data entity, just showing that data to that using the Power BI reports. That time you can create with the aggregate data entities. And what is Azure storage emulator? DB57. What are the permissions you have and active directory related to Azure? Those information is available into this one. AH report server and report server tempdb. This is really, these two databases is related to the TIVA SSRS reports. And the important ones is Dynamics ACE reference database. What is this reference database? Okay, I can show to you guys this one. For this one, I need to open Visual Studio. Okay, our AOT is open. Then okay, open any table. I'm opening cust table. Right click. Here find references is there. When I click on this find references, see in your AOT these many places your custable is used. See, these are the classes also used. Suppose you can click any random class, double click. See here custable is there. So this database or this database, its reference database, it holds that where that these objects is used. When you click, when you right click on that any object and find this one, this data is coming from that your reference databases. Okay, but what is the use of this one? Let's say example guys, suppose if you have worked one of the requirement and you fulfill that requirement, then you can move into that other requirement. After 6 months or 8 months, one bug is came what you have did in the earlier, the same requirement one bug, but you forget it in which class you have written the code, because it's a humans told, right? We can't remember all those things. So that time this tool is very useful. Okay, when you right click on this one, find references, so what are the customized objects you can see, then you can find your class is there not, then our job is easy. The same thing is available in H 2012 also. Is anyone remembered? In 2012 also is there, but different one, that is that cross reference tool is there. In H 2012 cross reference tool is there. The cross reference tool also is giving that where is the referenced objects it will give, but in Dynamics 365 it's a find references is there. That references, actually this data is coming from the this database. Fine. And finally, the management reporter. This is a one special reporting tool. This was introduced into that H 2012 R3 version, and management reporter related information available into this database. Okay. Now I am going to the HDB expand this one, the tables. Yes, these are the very basic level. Once you understand these things, you can easily work with that Dynamics 3, so you can easily understand. See, H dot, few of the, please observe this one. This is the H dot. Some tables DBO dot also is there. Some tables CRT dot is there. What is the difference between these three? Few tables is start with the CRT and few tables is start with the H. Few table will start the DBO dot. See guys, if you see that the CRT is related to your retail platform. See here, POS is there. Retail cloud POS. Okay, point of sales, it's related to POS. And AH dot and DBO dot is related to our Dynamics 365. Your customizations or your standard one is stored into that our DBO dot AH dot. Okay. That is the difference. Please remember. And interviewer, they may ask what is the different type of prefixes is available into the HDB. Okay, database. And come back to that, this is about that our SQL server, how it is tagged to that your front end and how it is located. And now I have completed that what is the architecture of this one. Hope you are clear with this one. Any questions guys?
No.
Okay, thank you for confirmation. Yeah, this is about the 3 tier. And come back to that our front end, click on this home page. See this front end, we can discuss about this one. Here the search page is there. Suppose if you want to open vendor group, then it is searching. Okay, it's give that related where it is vendors is available. Okay, the search option is Microsoft is given by default. And This is the USRT is a legal entity. Guys, remember legal entity is nothing but company. Here we have a multiple legal entities is there. Okay, so many legal entities is there. But what is the use of these legal entities? Again, come back to that some more business scenario. Let's say example, our client having the two businesses is there. Okay, one is that clothes store and second one is that grocery. Suppose if the third one is the jewelry store is there. Okay, one client having the three different businesses is there. So three different businesses, it can hold the our Dynamics 365, it will support. So you can create that three different legal entities, the same modules is available. He can maintain that all the transaction related to his different businesses using this one. So our Dynamics 365 ERP is it will support that multiple legal entities. Okay, so based on that one, you can isolate that different businesses and track it, which business having that profit or loss and moderate, he can track it. That is the reason that different companies is there. Currently is the default companies, that is the Contoso data is having Microsoft given that one. At the same time, our Dynamics 360 will support that multiple languages, global regions also. Let's say example, the same client, suppose he establish a business in the India, the Indians can easily understand the English, so that is fine. Suppose he can establish a business into that China, but Chinese are not that much good as English understand, so that they can go with their native language. So we can change that entire language, English language, into that Chinese also, some other, suppose if it is a French, we can change it. I can show to you. Yeah, that is the reason it can hold that multiple languages and multi company setup. And go to here, this is the bell icon. What is the use of this one? You got any notification or any error, you can get it here. And there is a gear icon is there. This is the settings. It is a familiar icon because on our mobiles also the same icon we can see. Click on this one, user options is there. Click on this user options. Microsoft is giving that to change these colors. Okay, we can change our colors. Can you assume why these colors is given Microsoft? Because there is a purpose is there. Let's say example, if you are working with that you are working with the real time. So we have the example that you have the environments like dev environment, okay, QA environment, SAT, VAT, pre-prod, production, or live. These many environments is there. But suppose if you have got a one bug into the QA or production, so we can define that each color is using the differentiating that different environment. Otherwise, what happen? Always we need to see about that which environment in the URL. So suppose if it is a green is the green, always so many clients is using for that production. So while changing anything, while seeing this color, we can alert. Okay, now I'm changing the production. So be careful. Like this identification purpose of that different environments, Microsoft is given these things. Okay, and this is the size, what type of thumbnails we can see in this one. And preferences. These preferences, which company, while starting up of this URL, which company needs to be opened and what is the initial page. These are the fun default settings is there. Then I told, right, we can convert into this in the other language. See, suppose if I'm changing to Arabic. Okay, now I can open this. See, our Dynamics 365 is changed into that Arabic language. It's a right to left. Okay, again I come back to that English and refresh. So what are the languages is available here? Automatically it will change it. Okay, suppose if it is a Microsoft to provided, then automatically it is converted. Let's say example, suppose in future we are going to create a one form, but that particular test also we need to convert into that some Arabic language. That time we can create a labels for that one. Okay, labels, we have a one concept is there, then we can create the labels. What are the system defined one, it automatically it is convert, but user defined one the Microsoft is not provided, because this is a user defined requirement, right? That is the reason we need to create a labels in their customer required language. We can change those things. Okay, and these are the preferences and which account I have logged in, all those things we can see. And this is the workflow related ones. Okay, and in the top there is a one button is the usage data. What is this one? Usage data, reset usage data, and is there. See, reset usage data is nothing but in our mobiles we can always removing the cache, right? Or in the laptops we can right click and refresh. The same functionality is doing here, but as per my advice, don't clear all users data into the production environment. But dev environment is okay. Production environment, don't clear all users data, because if you clear, then all the your customers saved data will clear it, then it is going to be escalated. Okay, when it is useful while working with that SSRS reports, that SSR reports it may not showing that correct output, or if you got that any suppose if it is data is mismatch after fixing the bug also, that time we can reset usage data and restart the SQL server, all those things. Okay, this is about your front end, and there is a, and which version I am using here. You can click on about. This is the version currently I'm using 10.0.17. Okay, this is the platform version, and go to here. This is the services here, the separate there is a architectural changes there. Microsoft batch management service, earlier this batch management service is available into that included in AOS service, application object service, but D365 onwards the service is different. Batch management service is came out from the AOS, and it is available into that services. And data import export framework, while working the data entities we can see about this service. Batch management service, if anyone ask about that what are the architecture level changes is in the interview point, then you can mention batch management service is a separate service in D365. Earlier it is available into that dynamic AOS service only. And apart from that everything is common. SQL server, your SQL server should be running always. Suppose if it is not running, then you can't to see that data here. Okay, this is related to SQL server services. And worldwide web services also is the worldwide web publishing service. Suppose this is also is not running, then your web browser it will not open. Okay, first of all these are the things we need to concentration. Suppose if your web browser is not opening, first we need to check worldwide web service and AOS is start or not, and SQL server start or not. Okay, these are the basic things we need to identify. Even if it is everything is running, then still it is not opening, check the logs. Even that logs you can't able to understand, you can raise a ticket to that your local infra team, so that they can see in that back end what is the happening your dev mission. We don't have the access for that one. Okay, okay guys, this is for that today's class. Thank you.